Yo, what's up, guys? It's 3Volve. Last video I had my ASUS ROG Flow Z13 that I got from Best Buy. I had to return it. It just wasn't doing what it was supposed to be doing. It was a bit of a mess. It was a 64 gig. I got it as an open box, whatever. I just got a new one. It should be here this week, so that's gonna be hype. And it actually is a 128 gig, so it's even better. So all things considered, I guess we got an upgrade. Anyways, so this video I just want to show off my accessories and stuff that I have for my my ASUS ROG Flow Z13 that I've acquired over the past few months of anticipation over getting this thing. I will be traveling to Asia somewhat soon, so it's very important for me to actually have everything that I need before I get to Asia. It will be I don't know, somewhat problematic trying to search for all these things, especially when I can have this stuff just effectively sent straight to my door at the moment. So anyways, I want to get straight into it. So these are all my accessories for the ASUS ROG Flow Z13. So I've got a bag here, basic Amazon Basics bag, it says right here. I didn't need anything fancy, could have bought something fancy. I bought a fancier bag for my Steam Deck and for my Legion Go. And, you know, that one worked. It was decent, but obviously, with this one and all the things that I'm carrying, I figured it's just like go simple and then just get all the extra stuff that you need. So yeah, this bag has 5 pockets. It has a shoulder strap in the back, and it has a carrying straps right here in the front, so it does the job very effectively for what I need. So on this, I've customized it with a few pins and stuff I've gotten over the years. Soul Calibur 6 Ivy. I've got some Power World pins. Power World is one of my favorite games. I got like Monster Hunter pins. This is Namio from Monster Hunter World Iceborne. And over here I've got, I don't know if I can show you that. That's Val Hazak from Monster Hunter World. So anyways, getting into the actual things in the bag. First and foremost, I got a pouch for my smaller accessories. This is very important because I don't want to be digging around for those things. And to show those things off, basically I have 2 right angle 100-watt adapters. Those are just going to make plugging in whatever I need less problematic. Put those back in the bag. On top of that, I have 2, these all come in 2. I have 2 USB-C, you can see right there, USB-C to USB-A adapters. I believe this is 10 gigabit transfer speeds, and this is 100 watt, compatible with that as well. So that's awesome. I might have to explain why I got these, because I guess maybe off the top of that, you know, kind of, it may not really make a whole lot of sense to a lot of people why someone would buy these. But I bought 2 very tiny micro SD card readers. Works with USB-C and USB-A. Comes with 2 of them. If you see right here, the way that's shaped, you actually put it right there and then you plug it in. Works very well. And it's just effectively for me to access, because the Z13 only has one. The storage solutions of the Z13 are very restrictive. That's the only complaint I have about it. A lot of people get the, what is it called? The 1X Player Super X, because it's actually that restricted. 1X Player Super X, if you don't know, has an M.2 2280 slot. So the SSD actually of that goes up to a 4 terabyte because it's single-sided, so it's not double-sided. So it's not going to work with like your double-sided 8 terabyte SSDs. Which is funny, because it's very funny because like even smaller like things like the Lenovo Legion Go 2 and I think the ASUS ROG Ally, I think those have 2280s with like compatible with both sides. I'm not too sure, but the storage solutions of this thing, of the Z13, are very restrictive, very, very restrictive. And so effectively you'll have to upgrade to M.2 2230, and you'll also have to utilize any of your extra additional ports for extra additional storage, and also the micro SD card slot. Since I have plans for the 2230 that I'm putting inside of it and the micro SD card, I needed another slot for another micro SD card because I did not want to put all my media files on it, because my media files actually take up quite a bit of space, especially because of the amount of reference I use. Because I'm an artist, I do 2D, 3D art, and 2D animation, 3D animation. I'm basically a jack of all trades. Because of that, I need a lot of reference, I need a lot of files and stuff, and I just didn't want it taking up the very limited 2 terabytes of space. Now, I believe, I don't know if it's Crucial, but I believe Crucial, I think, announced a 4 terabyte M.2 2230. I'll have to look into it to like confirm that, but I don't know exactly. But yeah, let's put this back in so I don't have to dig for it. It's very nice, and I just keep it on like the outside right here. Essentially, that little tab means I don't even have to look for the bag when I open it. So it's beautiful. So it very much works very well. Additionally, I have a 1 terabyte portable SanDisk SSD. This is like 500 like mega transfers. It's not much, but it works. It works decently. And so that's going to act as another terabyte for things that I don't directly need on it. With my micro SD card and the SD card reader, those are very small, especially the SD card readers is very small. So effectively, I can keep it plugged in and will make very little to no difference, which is why I wanted to buy that, because this is going to require plugging in the USB-C to the thing to even access this. So yeah, that's a whole bunch of things to do. So I got two USB-C to USB-C. These are braided 100-watt charging cables. They output 4K, I believe. I don't know if it's 60, but I have other cables for this, so it's cool. Plus, the Z13 actually has a dedicated HDMI slot anyways, so like you don't even need to use this, but this is an option for that. I believe these are 4K 60, and on top of that, it has, I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. Oh, there it is. It has 20 gigabit transfer speed, so those are nice. It's just nice to have like some stuff for like transfer speeds, because when you buy like USB-C cables, one of the biggest things you'll realize is a lot of them are actually made specifically for power delivery, PD. So the PD is going to be like the main priority of it, and essentially what that means is that the data transfer is going to suffer. So you have to look specifically for those things. It's something I learned later on. I wish I learned earlier on, but I learned later on as I started to kind of buy more accessories and more things and more cables and more stuff. And I just now started to buy my 100-watt charging cables. I have 6 of them in total. And I really had to learn that stuff because I bought some. And I knew they had a data transfer kind of like limitation. But I didn't care. But then I started to think about it. I was like, okay, what happens if I need that data transfer? So I just ended up buying these. So this one has a Velcro strap on it. I actually, good thing I finished that sentence. But I put this on here manually, and so this is easier to unwrap. It's very nice. So this is my most immediate like use for one. And effectively when I use this one, I can unwrap it very easily. As you see right here, it's on the, it's around it. So it's very easy to kind of close it back up after I'm done using it. Using like twist ties and for that is very annoying. It gets annoying after a while. I know, small, you know, complaint, but it is what it is. So looking into the second pocket, already 8 minutes into this video and I've said nothing. But anyways, second pocket, in here we have a USB-C hub. This one's not like necessarily something like spectacular, but I mean, I really don't need a USB-C hub for much more than what I'm going to show you. It has HDMI out, 3 USB A 3.0 ports, has Ethernet. That's the reason I need this, because these Flow Z13, I got the order wrong because I've been speaking to people who've been saying the order wrong for I don't know why, but you know, so it doesn't have a Ethernet port, so it's like something they very much need. This is 45 watts USB-C port, and it's micro SD reader and an SD reader. And so that one just kind of works very well for kind of my needs. It's very simple. I'm not going to take out my HDMI cable because I kind of tied it in there, but I have a carabiner right here. And then I have this HDMI cable right here. This is 8K 60. So it can output in 4K 120 or 8K 60. And it's about like, I don't know, like maybe like 10 feet, 10 to, I thought it originally is 15.5 feet. I don't know if I got it wrong, but let's say it's at least 10 feet. So that should work very well for me whenever I need kind of like an immediate solution, and because the Z13 does have an HDMI um, IO, so it's going to just work very well for that. So going to my storage a little later, I want to get to that type of stuff later, because I want to explain kind of why I have all these storage solutions. So here is my power brick. I actually put a custom sticker on there. It's very, very blatant. That John does not move like flush with it at all, but it's okay. I like it. But this is an Anchor power brick, so this is 100 watt and is obviously USB-C. I believe it has like GaN technology in it. Somebody said it does. I could be wrong, but that's kind of like the whole thing that allows it to be like so small. I have another accessory actually coming, so I guess I don't have all my accessories, but it's supposed to be coming with my Z13. What is it called? I can't remember what it's called. Some charger. But I have 2 microfiber cloths. I have a rougher one and a softer one, just kind of just for, just whatever I need at the moment or at the time. And then I have on top of that a backup stylus. It does work, but it's not the best. This one though is I can't remember the brand is right there. It says Renisir, whatever. Basically, this has 4,096 levels of pressure. Obviously, 2 programmable buttons right there, and it's USB-C charging. So that one's going to work very, very well for me because, like I said, I am an artist. I do all sorts of creative work. And here is, I just folded it up. I'm not going to unfold it because things are actually a little bit tough to fold, but it's a anti-friction palm rejection artist glove. So it's an artist glove. It goes on your hand. This essentially allows you to move your hand across like screens or things without like it kind of sticking because of like the moisture on your hand. So it removes that and effectively allows you to draw very smooth and very accurately and have your hand glide across the screen. So I have one of those. Very, very, very important. I've been using that with every tablet I ever draw with, so that one's phenomenal. So my storage solutions. So I have a 2 terabyte 2230 M.2 SSD. This one has 7,100 megabytes per second transfer speed. So I bought this to upgrade from the 1 terabyte because that's what it comes with. It's a 1 terabyte. I don't believe you have an option to buy something that's a 2 terabyte, but if you buy the 1X Player Super X, it does actually have an option for you to buy the 2 terabyte drive. And to go along with that, excuse me, that was a weird yawn. But to go along with that, I have my memory case right here. I actually put my stuff on it with like some of my favorite like Fantasy Star games. And so I love like just the fact that I put all that information on there. But yeah, like all that's pretty cool. I originally like made this for Steam Deck, but it just works for everything. Just a nice memory case, holds M.2 drives right here, like that one. It holds micro SD cards or MSD, SD, and then obviously SD adapters. So these cards are actually very awesome because I actually prepped them. This has my media on it. So essentially it has like half a terabyte that I just don't have to waste on like media on the 2 terabyte. So it's actually 2.5. And then this 1 terabyte actually has my emulation stuff on it. And so that's a ton of games that I have. All my games. So let me just show you real quick. I don't want anything to fall, but like obviously I'm gonna be putting my GameCube stuff on there. I've got, this is the stuff I have most immediately. I don't know where my 3DS and stuff is, but like my Game Boy Color. I'll be putting all those games on there. They're already on there. And so that's just gonna allow me to have that at any moment, at any time, and just be able to play all those games. Especially on a massive 13.4-inch screen is going to be phenomenal. One of the most important things with that one, why I bought the little small SD card reader, was so I don't ever have to unplug. I don't have to eject the 1 terabyte micro SD card. I can just leave it in there. And that was one of the things is like, if I put music, I just closed this, my goodness. If I put music on this one, which it is on this one, how would I have music and game if I wanted to do that? So I was trying to think of a solution. Well, okay, just get a small little drive I can plug in, insert that, and that would be like my solution. And so it does work actually very well. You'd be surprised. So yep, that's it for that one. I've got even more crazy stuff to show off. So that pocket actually I would consider to be pretty freaking crazy. Now we go to the third pocket, which actually has two more pockets in, along with it. I'm going to slightly pull out an accessory, but I'm not going to pull it all the way out. Here I have three sets of, it's actually three if you can believe it, screen protectors right here for the Z13. I'm not going to pull it out because it can be a little fiddly to put it back in, but I'm not like something super like mega like upsetting. I will take out the rest of my stuff though, and I'll just kind of show you guys that stuff. First and foremost, I'm going to show you is my Bluetooth mouse. Just needed something slender to go with me. It has a optional dongle, so it works Bluetooth or it can work with a dongle. And as you can see right there, those are the options. So you turn it to the left for Bluetooth, other way for the dongle. And it's just something simple. This is very important for like 3D work. I actually wasn't going to buy a mouse. I was going to just try to use everything as it is. But then I thought about, like, what am I doing? Like, I haven't done 3D in a while. So I've actually been out of the game for a little bit. And so, like, that's just crazy. I was like, oh, no, I need a mouse. So I bought a mouse in pretty much as fast as I could, and I got it. And so that's just going to help me with all that type of stuff. Portable solution. It works. It's decent. This is something I never thought I would get for, like, a device. I've never bought a device and had some type of accessory like this. Number one, I've never bought a device and have this many accessories. This is like truly a blessing, like God bless. But like this is awesome. So the cool thing about this is I actually have headphones to go with the Z13. So one of the big complaints about the Z13, I was reading a lot of reviews and stuff like that, is that the audio actually isn't that great. The Super X actually has better audio than the Z13, but even that is not very phenomenal. So I bought like some good earbuds, either JBL, what do they call it, like Vibe? But anyways, USB-C charging, and essentially these are nice earbuds. These are like $50 earbuds I got on a good deal. And I keep them in this case so dust doesn't get in the case. This is the only design that I don't like about it is like this is open. Like, why is this open? Easy to access, yeah, sure, but like dust is gonna get in there. So I keep it in there, and I put this in there and to kind of ensure that that doesn't fall out and that stays like, in pristine condition. It's not the best thing ever, but it works. And having like I said, having accessories and stuff like that, like I never thought I would have that, but having the ability to have that is pretty freaking awesome. I have some other small accessories here, like I have a flat, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of hard to see. Yeah, I don't know if I can show that. There it is. It's a flat aux cable and essentially allows you to plug in your aux cable and make it much more flush with the device. So it's an extension, so it's not like the aux cable itself. So you need an aux cable plus this, but it essentially allows you to turn any aux cable that you have and essentially to make it very flat and flush. And it's that much easier to like to plug in. So I love having like cool like accessories and stuff like that. And I got two accessories in one here. The next one is going to be pretty cool. So this is right here. This is a retractable 100-watt charging cable. This is the one that doesn't have good data transfer speeds. I actually have two of these, but it's retractable and it's flat, so it's going to last longer, have more longevity, and it's going to have less issues with like stripping and stuff like that. So the cool thing about this is I can essentially plug this in, and essentially I don't have to unplug it. I can just leave it in my bag and do that if I want to charge my device. Now, obviously what I'm charging it with is I use one of my stickers here as well. Moss Hunter. Also, I didn't show you what was on here. So that's a Moss Hunter sticker. This is a Sears handler. Her name is Leia. This is Alma from Monster Wilds, Monster World, by the way. My favorite monster, Gormagala. Second favorite monster, Namiel. And then my third favorite monster, Raydao. So yeah, this is a big nerd thing right there. Well, aren't we all? So yeah, this is a 25,000 milliamp hour power bank. It charges at 100 watts through this USB-C right here. And obviously you can see if I put the dang thing there, you don't even need to read that. But I've already pre-charged it to 100%, obviously. So like I said, 25,000 hours. So it's just gonna add a decent amount of extra juice to your device. And that's awesome. It's gonna really like help me a lot with like what I desire for my kind of more portable use of the Z13 because I will be traveling with it. Don't know if I'll tick it everywhere, but anyways. Okay, so you got this nice little bag right there for my manuals and stuff like that. And essentially it just allows me to have everything underneath. Like that's for like some other stuff. But like that just holds all my manuals and effectively just prevents them from being bent. I don't know if I'd call it an accessory, but it's just nice to have. I don't know what else I call it. And then the final thing. This one is a big one. Now, I've already had the 64 gig model of the Z13 in my possession. I returned that because it was just so problematic. But this is the GameSert G8 Plus controller. This is modded, obviously. And it comes with some protectors on the analog sticks. But this is essentially meant for tablets and is modded to fit, I think, up to 18 inches. Something like that, something crazy. I would love to be able to buy a 16-inch like gaming tablet someday, but you know, who knows if we'll ever get there. Somebody will have to make that. But anyways, there are Hall effect joysticks on it, which are very, very beautiful. So this just means that those are going to have like, you know, less ability to drift. These are Hall effect as well. The triggers are Hall effect. The D-pad actually is one of the actual biggest like things on it, or the most important things with it, because this actually is the second best D-pad I've literally ever felt on any controller. Only second to, let me show you. Make sure it's not dusty. It's definitely not. Okay, cool. My PS Vita. The PS Vita D-pad is phenomenal. Best D-pad literally on any device is the PS Vita D-pad. I have the OLED version, the 1000. People have the 2000 and stuff. I don't get buying that personally. I think it's just freaking weird. But anyways, you know, you do you. You do you. You know, I'll make it happen. But like, yeah. So this has the second best D-pad I've literally felt on any device, on any controller. And I just really, really love it. It's clicky, sure, but the clicks are very soft. And the difference with these clicks are they're very tactile. It's hard to kind of mess up like cardinal directions. So the directions like are easily pressed. So playing stuff like Tetris, a bunch of 2D games, this is gonna be phenomenal. Cuphead, bro, all the emulated games. Oh yeah, come on now. Kirby, like in Nightmare in Dreamland, Sonic Advance. Come on now, y'all know what we're talking about. But the only thing I'd say lacking maybe on this device is like the face buttons. They don't click as well as I hoped, but they are easily replaceable. You just take off like the faceplate. You could take that off. And you can replace them, swap them with like PlayStation. And obviously, if you wanted to represent Nintendo, all you do is take the faceplate off and just switch those and then switch those. So yeah, it has 2 programmable back keys on it. I haven't done anything with those yet. I have put this to use, feels great. And I've modded it with the Z13 holders. So those hold the Z13. They have lips right here, if you can see that. And it prevents the Z13 from effectively falling out like that. Now, mine is kind of like, you know, tough enough to hold it because mine is more so like much more tightly kind of like assembled. And so mine holds the Z13 very, very effectively. But if you want even more assurance that your Z13 or any other tablet you're using won't fall, you can use this. Slide this in the middle here, because that opens. Slide that in the middle there, and essentially this will even out to right there. And you can put that there, and essentially this has a little lip as well. You can see that very clearly, that little lip. And essentially, that means that the Z13 won't be able to fall forward. And the only way that it could fall is like this. But because mine's set so it's tightly like assembled, I don't even think that it could, even if it wanted to. So that's not happening. So that's pretty much all my accessories for the Z13. I have everything down. I'm getting my Z13 very, 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 very soon, which is phenomenal. And I got the 128 gig, which is even bigger a blessing. Did not think I was going to get that. I was actually aiming for the 32 gig. But God bless, found the freaking way, made that happen. That is awesome. So I essentially have all the protection from the bag, from the screen protectors, and microfiber cloths and stuff like that. I have like, you know, controllers and stuff. I want to buy the Steam controller. I think that'd be the last thing I'd probably buy, but I don't know when that's coming out or how much that'll be. I can buy it. I just, you know, want to be very careful with money because I just spent a lot of money on obviously the Z13, especially a 128 gig version. If you don't know, that goes all the way up to $3,000 on a single device, on a single device, mind you. But it just have all that, have like, you know, power solutions, you know, obviously with the power bank, the multiple like wall charger and all the other things that I have, cables and stuff. I can't believe I actually even have audio solutions. Having that, like those earbuds, actually is the craziest thing. I've never had earbuds dedicated to a device before. And they need to be dedicated to the device because they only work on one device at a time. I'm trying to think of the word. Escaped me. But yeah, like, so I just have all that stuff. I have storage solutions. So my Z13 effectively has anything and everything that it needs. If you don't know what the Z13 comes with, it comes with a keyboard and a 200-watt charger. I'm getting another charger that comes with it. It's 240 watts. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a, oh man, I wish I knew. But yeah, that type of stuff. I don't really know exactly. But I've got a lot of stuff planned out. This is going to be like the hypest thing that I can get ever. This is going to be phenomenal. I'm looking super forward to it. My Z13 is really going to be an awesome, awesome device for not just gaming, but productivity. So because I do 2D art, 2D animation, 3D art, 3D animation, everything from modeling, sculpting, to rigging, to 3D animation, obviously. And then the writing, I do writing as well. And just like having all that stuff means effectively I have a massively awesome workspace that I can bring with me at any moment, at any time. Tons and tons of games with my emulation library. I love playing old games. My brother doesn't. Man, I'd hate to be that like that's spoiled or whatever, like, you know, we just can't enjoy the old games of, like, you know, your youth. Or like, there's so many great games back in the day. Like, I don't know how he can't do that. That's crazy to me. But like, you know, I beat like Ocarina of Time 3D not too long ago, and it was phenomenal. I don't know how he can't do that, but like, I have so many things prepared for the Z13. This has been preparation for probably over like 7 months. I just had a lot of stuff going on, so I couldn't get the Z13 immediately. So it's just like, man, so many things just kind of like pushing it back, pushing it back, pushing it back. But I believe, you know, this is a moment where God had for me to, you know, get the Z13. And like, and I said before, I was going to get the 32 gig. I was going to get the 32 gig, and that was going to be it. But where I got the 64 gig from Best Buy, but that one actually had a bunch of crashes and a bunch of issues. I sent that baby back. And then I was like, okay, I guess I just get the 32 gig, right? So that's pretty much what I was going to settle with. But then like God was like, nope. And so he set me up with the 128 gig. And so, man, talk about highly ultra, like mega level blessed, man. Like stupidly blessed. I did not think I was going to get a 128 gig. And I can definitely put that junk to work too, with the amount of like high, high stress test kind of like tasks and stuff that, you know, I do. You know, I do pretty much everything, like I said. So, you know, that 128 is definitely going to be put to use. It's not going to be that useful for something like gaming. That probably is going to like max out at like 16 gigs for like VRAM, and then 16 gigs for like your RAM. But having 64 each is going to really like be able to just allow me to just do a crazy amount of stuff. I can't wait to jump back into 3D. Everything else can be phenomenal. I'm just so blessed and so grateful, and I don't want to take any of this for granted. This has been a major blessing that I've had for my life, and I met some new friends along the way as well. That's how I'm even getting the Z13, this version of the Z13 in the first place, because I even have that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me know if I'm missing anything, man. Like, if you think I need anything else, which is crazy in my book, like, because I believe I've gone far out of the way. I've seen other people's accessories for the Z13, and they do not match up. Trust, they don't match up. They don't have like anywhere near as amount of cool things that I have. So I've just been like super mega level blessed. You know what I mean? My setup, all my stuff is just super cool, super awesome. All the solutions that I have, like I said, storage, power, protection, portability. I got solutions for everything, all these cables, adapters, everything. And so, man, I'm just like super ecstatic. If I'm missing anything, though, let me know. With that said, love you guys. God bless. Take it easy.